All right, guys, what's going on? Jamie here. Just wanted to do a quick update video for you guys. Essentially, a 24 hours after launch video for Animal Farm. It's actually a little bit more than 24 hours, but I just got I just got really busy today. I was out and about. But yeah, it's about 10:25 p.m. The farm launched yesterday at around 7:30. That's when the issue with the dogs was finally resolved. Of course, some of the pools were open before that. So essentially, it's just been a little bit over 24 hours. We'll take a quick look. Of course, it goes without saying that everything I talk about on my channel is for entertainment purposes only. Definitely not giving you financial advice. I mean, why would you take financial advice from a stranger on YouTube? You should do your own research, do your own due diligence if you're okay with the risk, and only if you're okay with the risk, because let's be real, all of this is super duper risky. Then and only then should you put in risk capital, okay, funds you can afford to lose. And I know a lot of you guys don't listen to that because you put in funds that you definitely should not be putting into some of these platforms, because I get some crazy messages on Telegram, people freaking out, people in panic mode. Like for me, I'm never really in panic mode. I keep an even keel at all times. And one of the reasons why is because I only put into these platforms funds that I can afford to lose. And then my first goal is to pull out my initial deposit, so I only have profits, aka house money, in the platform. That's what enables me to keep an even keel at all times. So if the token is doing well, token is not doing well, if something goes wrong, if something goes sideways, I usually just keep it moving. I really don't, it's not anything big. Don't get me wrong. If I don't want a platform to go sideways because it sucks, right? But yeah, I've been in a lot of different platforms over the last couple of years. If you guys have been longtime subscribers, we just kind of keep it moving, right? Anyway, not to go off on a tangent, guys. Basically, what I'm saying is do your own research, only put in what you can afford to lose. Let's jump into this and take a quick look at this. Of course, let me show you drip first. While all of this has been going on with the animal farm and the overall market as a whole, kind of going up and down, drip has been doing really well. You see what drip is doing right now. It's at $150 right now as I'm making this video. So yeah, it's been doing great. Yes, I know it was at 190 not too long ago. It was I don't know if it touched 200 or if it was at 199. Yes, if you bought at that price, you're probably not too excited about it right now, but keep in mind that this thing was at $20 for the longest time. As long as you're getting that 1%, you'll be all right, right? But this thing just keeps on churning away. Some of you guys, don't have experience in farming. You kind of just got caught up in the FOMO. And I've said it before, I've said it many, many times. If you don't know what you're doing, if you're new to farming, maybe the faucet is the play, because this one here pays out that 1% hands off, right? It's set it and forget it. You put it in, you get that 1% until you get 365%. And you're good, right? With the farm, yes, the beauty of the farm is you can unstake at any time. However, based on the price of the token and when you got in, there's going to be impermanent loss, especially if you're in the LP tokens. If you're in the single token pools, maybe not so much. But some of you guys, you're chasing that big APR, you're jumping into these LP tokens, these pairs, and you have no clue what impermanent loss is. You're probably getting hit, especially if you bought at the top. But anyway, not to get ahead of myself, this thing has just been cranking. As you can see, this thing is just doing what it's doing. This is my original account, what is that? 3.73 million deposited. This is the account that I'm building right now. This has over 2.2 million. So what does that combine? 2.2 million, 3.7, what was that? 5.9, almost 6 million. Is that right? I don't know. I'm not going to bother to pull out a calculator, but it's a lot. And it pays out that 1% a day, and it's just doing its thing. So as the drip garden does what it's doing, as the animal farm does what it's doing, this is just cranking away in the background, doing its thing. So yeah, that's the deal. If you are in the animal farm, great. Get you a position in the faucet, because this one here just churns out that 1% a day. Set it and forget it. You don't got to worry about it too much. Whereas this, you definitely need to keep an eye on it a little bit more. Yes, you can unstake at any time. but there's things like impermanent loss, things of that nature that you have to deal with. That being said, let's take a quick look at the price. You can see here pigs at $425. This thing yesterday, I think it hit over 800 plus. Some people are saying it hit over 900. I don't know. When I saw it, it was at 800 something. Of course, it's come down quite a bit. It's kind of settled around $400 plus. Same thing with dogs. You can see here dogs is at 120. This thing pumped pretty high yesterday, and then it kind of came back down and found somewhat of a floor. And then we're going to see if it grows organically from here. But this is what we said was going to happen, right? Based on the Manor Farm, what we saw there with Rev, based on other farms that I've been in, and I've been in a million farms. Typically, when something launches, it'll pump, right? Because the FOMO is there, the demand is there. People start locking in their profits. It dumps, and then it finds a floor, and it starts to, if the project is good and if the dev team is confident, it starts to organically grow from there. So we'll see if that's what's going to happen here. But again, if you bought at the top, you probably got crushed, right? And that's why I kept hinting at it. I'm never going to tell you to do what what to do with your money. It's your funds. That's why I say do your own research. Do your own deal. I'm never going to tell you when to buy, when to sell. That's not what I do. But if you paid attention to the last couple of videos, I said most likely there's going to be buying opportunities. Once it pumps, it's going to hit a high. People are going to start to sell, and it's going to start to come down. And there you're going to have different opportunities, aka don't buy the top. Don't buy don't buy the top. I don't know. People, we'll see. Other thing I said too, because some of you guys have no clue what you're doing, right? You don't even know how to, you have no clue what LP tokens are, and you're like, I'm jumping into this pool. I said the safer play might be to jump into the single token pools. At least you won't have the exposure to impermanent loss, right? You can see here, I'm in this one here, dogs. Again, I'm not really stressing it too much. Let's see here, 1,102 dogs in here. I also have a little bit here in the ETH pool. Yeah, some 15.457 ETH. I am in the farm because I did have LP tokens, and I said this before in the video. Right before the farm launch, I did say I was going to jump into the Drip BUSD pool because I have Drip BUSD LP tokens from the garden that I had sitting around. So you can see here, I put it in here. And of course, we have the pigs in the pig pen, pig tokens here in the pig pen. 472 pigs. So we'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens. I know Forex, every time he launches a project, sometimes it'll pump a little bit, it'll come down, and then it starts to grow organically from there. That's what happened with Rev. Remember what happened with Rev? It pumped pretty high, then it came back all the way down, right? It dumped a lot. And then, a week later or a week and a half later or whatever it was, people were jacked about it because it started to pump, right? Same thing with Drip. Drip, when Drip was in the I don't want to say the private sale. I was never in a private sale with Drip. I got in after the private sale, like some of these other guys got in during the private sale, and that's fine. All power to them. I'm not saying anything bad about it. But I wish I got in the private sale, but I didn't. I got in later when it was at $7.50 or something like that. Still happy because look at the price it is right now. But people who didn't get in early on, it dumped. Drip dumped to $3 and change, and a lot of people loaded up their bags at that point, right? So they got in at a much better price later than some of us who got in a little bit earlier at $7.50, and then it took off, right? And there was a lot of people bitching about it when it went to when it went to $3. Believe me, just like there was a lot of people bitching about Rev when it dumped all the way down to whatever it was. Is that going to be the same thing that happens here? I don't know, right? There's no guarantee of it, duplicating that same exact pattern. It's from the same team though, right? Same community, right? So we'll see what happens. Either case, I'm not really, stressing about it. Was the launch perfect? No, right? Was the launch smooth? No, right? Of course, I mentioned before that Forex usually has the habit of launching something 3 hours late or 4 hours late. That's typically been the case with, like the Drip Garden was late, the Manor Farm was late, Drip itself was late, right? Um, I didn't think it was going to be this late with Animal Farm because, again, it was like 8 hours later when I was able to stake my dogs. Um, so it was not smooth by any means, but it is what it is, right? Business ain't perfect. I mean, it's just not perfect, right? I mean, could there have been other, could there have been things that maybe they could have done to make it a little bit smoother? Probably. Who knows? I don't know the things that they're doing behind the scenes. I'm not part of the team, but it's all water under the bridge, right? It's like it's launched now. That's what matters. And the key is, can we make money with this now? And that's what I plan to do, right? That's what I plan to do. So, I mean, we can bitch about it saying, hey, you know what? I wish that the launch was better. I mean, we can do that, but it's not going to change anything, right? We just got to move forward and see if we can make profit and make money with this moving forward. And I think we will. I think we can. We'll see what the price of, pigs and dogs will be. But again, I'm not, for me, I'm not going to get hit with impermanent loss because I'm not at any of these farms, these LP farms. You might be, right? And that's okay. But just know that, if you're going to chase that high APR, you're going to be at a little bit more risk. And there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody has their own strategy. Everybody has their own temperament, their own tolerance to risk. If you want to do that, great. For me, I'm not in these LP tokens. I'm not going to get hit with impermanent loss. The price of pigs or dogs, tanks. I could always pull my ETH out of the pool. I could always pull my drip BUSD LP tokens out of the pool. I got these, of course, these dogs and pigs tokens was because I was able to get a large amount of rev, and I paid like $7 and change for the rev when I got in, right? Then it pumped all the way to 250 or 260, whatever it was during the snapshot. So this is all profit, right? We'll see. We'll see what happens here. In any case, guys, again, this is just all extra. Main deal for me is drip. You can see here, drip just doing its thing. We'll see what the price of drip, we'll see what the price of drip is as we move along over the next couple of weeks. Because again, I'm going to give the animal farm a little bit of time to mature. People are asking me, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? It's only been 24 hours, so, I mean, the launch could have been better, but we'll see what happens. But again, token's only been live for about 24 hours, so I'm not really worried about it. Am I going to lock in profits? Of course, right? It's a smart thing to do. You should as well. But, we'll see what these tokens do over the course of time. So stay tuned for those updates. Again, we're going through this journey together. We're experiencing this stuff in real time. So we're going through this journey and discovering these things at the same time together. So, stay plugged into our Telegram. I'm going to end this video because my voice is pretty much gone. But stay plugged into our Telegram. I will leave a link for that down below. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the little bell icon so you'll get notified straight away whenever I do a brand new video. But yeah, I just wanted to give you a heads up, quick little update about 24 hours, a little bit over 24 hours after the launch. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next video. My voice is dead. Peace.